And this morning, I want to talk about a nonprofit dedicated to transforming the foster care experience for children to expand now in Mecklenburg County. They're called Isaiah 117, and the group provides a safe, home-like environment for children who need this kind of time, critical time. Robin and Bo Leonard joining us now to discuss the upcoming kickoff event. Congratulations, you two. And thanks for coming in on this holiday.
You're welcome.
Robin, yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about Isaiah 117 House. What is its mission, and why is this service so needed in our community?
Its mission is to lavishly love children on the most traumatic day, which is removal day. So there's been a hard situation at home. The county has determined that they do need to come into foster care and they need a place to go. And so oftentimes in our county, they're going to the DSS office and waiting. And that placement waiting could be 30 minutes and it could be 2 or 3 days. And so it's a place that they can come and just be lavishly loved on and taken care of on this day to make it less traumatic. It also is providing a place for the social worker who has this traumatic job to just have a place to take a minute, to take a breath, to have a coffee, and have a little spot that they can call and call them for the placements to get. And also to make the foster family, just a little bit easier. They're setting the foster family up with any needs they have, whether it's a car seat or clothes for the week or clean pajamas or whatever it is. And so it's just, that's the 3 sides of it, and it's just preparing for that.
Wow. I mean, we assume, many of us who don't know so much about the foster care system, that they just go, when they are removed, they go right into the foster care's home, but that is not the case. So
Right.
what has, Mecklenburg County been doing about it without you guys here?
They're doing the best that they can. And, sometimes that means the placements are they're waiting in the office. And probably 2 or 3 years ago, do you want to tell about what happened with?
They put out a call to all the licensed foster families, which we were at the time, and they had a teenage girl that had been in the office for nearly a week. So she had, eating out of a vending machine. There's not, proper bathroom facilities and things like that. So they were looking for a place just to, give her a chance to take a shower and just, get out of the office. So we were able to do that 2 days in a row, and she came to our home. She was a terrific young lady, played with our children very mannerly, and it was a very pleasant experience. But it just gave her a break to get out of the office and just take a shower. But sadly, most nights of the year, there's at least one child sleeping in the office overnight.
Oh, wow. And so you have been trying to bring an Isaiah 117 house to the Charlotte area. You're in Matthews. How long has that taken? What was that process like?
We applied about 2.5 years ago, and for the Isaiah 117 to get on board, you have to have a yes from the county. And in the beginning, there was some kind of hands-off, like not wanting that, but we've seen a shift in the county and just an open arm with them right now, and they're just very excited for us to come. They're all on board, and we just can't wait to bring it. So it's been a long process,
Yes.
but we're ready to kick in, and I know how much I love Charlotte, and I feel like we'll be a county that this doesn't take long to come to fruition, which is great.
Right. I mean, it sounds like we definitely have the need
Yes.
for something like that, because the other one in North Carolina is all the way out in Johnston County.
Yes, they're in Johnston County. They actually will have their ribbon cutting in 2 weeks, and so there'll be an open home, which is super exciting. They'll be the first county in North Carolina to have a home, and they got to go through a lot of the red tape that we won't have to go through because they've
yeah.
paved the way for North Carolina to have the home, so which is great.
Wow. Okay. So tell us about Isaiah 117 then. It's a pretty big group. I mean, how many locations are there?
They have 60 locations right now, and within that 60 locations, there's 38 open homes. So the other ones are homes that have kicked off, and they're in the process of getting their house.
Okay, very good. You have a kickoff event coming up February 1st. Talk to us about that.
Can you tell about that?
We will be meeting with potential volunteers, donors, so forth. The founder of the organization will be there to tell the backstory of how they got here, how they got to have homes across 13 states and continue to grow. And The purpose is just to introduce the project to the community, explain what the house is for and how it operates, and just hopefully get some engagement and some people just to come on board and help us out.
Yeah, you said 13 other states right now?
Yes.
Looking at what they're doing and getting prepared for the House, the chapter here, what lessons and valuable principles that are you taking away from there that people can look forward to?
The amazing thing about the Isaiah 117 house is they have a plan and a purpose for every single step. And so it's like they've given you this wonderful blueprint and they're walking you through each step. And they have taken all that knowledge of all the other states that they've done. But they're just leading us so well that there's really not a question. It's like, this is what you do on day 1, this is what you do on day 2. And it's like, well, what about? And they always are just like, just wait, you'll get your answer when you need it. I'm a professional organizer, and so sometimes I'm like, wait, I need to know the whole plan right this second. And that's not
So you're in good hands.
We're in such good hands, and we just have seen the model work so many times, and that takes so much of the pressure off of us.
What would you say are your immediate needs establishing this location?
I would say the immediate needs is awareness. It's very important for the next 6 months for us to be in an awareness state of mind for the Isaiah 117 house. And that's just if someone comes to the kickoff and they're a part of a civic group and they want us to come and do a talk, or maybe their small group would like us to come, or a church place, just any place in the community that we can get out and tell about it, because the money is important, but it will come. It's the volunteers. It'll take just a huge base of volunteers to run the house and to be able to lavishly love all the children that come in. And so I would say just awareness in the next 6 months is so important.
All right, so how can community members get involved in signing up, whether it's volunteering or making donations or other partnerships?
The first, you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook. We're just the Isaiah 117 House, Mecklenburg County, and then come to the kickoff and hear more. And then we'll do expansion meetings once a month. Our first one is the first week of March, and we'll just do those once a month. And in those meetings, everybody will kind of find their spot, find their committee that they want to be on, find their volunteer position they want to be on, and so that will be a great place of engagement.
If a family is interested in fostering, considering fostering, how does Isaiah 117 then fit into this broader foster care system?
So for us, we're not part of the licensing. If someone wanted to become a foster family, they would contact the county.
Okay.
The way that we fit in with the broader picture is that we are equipping foster families who need help. If they need different things, a crib bed or a mattress or a bunk bed or whatever that they need, we will help equip them with that. But we're kind of the piece of the day that it starts, the day that removal starts. And we're part of that first 72 hours. And I think that's just a really impactful, in our own foster care story, I think it would have made a huge difference.
Right, absolutely.
In our own experience as foster parents, when we were licensed and got placements and went through all that process, there are some very good organizations in Charlotte that are doing that work. And, we're not here to, try and do what someone else is doing. We don't need to repeat services. We're trying to do something that's a little bit different. No one else is doing this exact thing. The foster care world is very large, has a lot of problems and a lot of issues that are just inherent to dealing with young children and broken families and just the whole bureaucracy and so forth. So there are people who are doing those other things and do terrific jobs, and they've helped us. And so we're not trying to step on those toes. We're just taking a little bit different place in the sandbox where a need's not being met.
Right. I mean, and the impact that you provide, like I said, never knew that it was a space that needed to be covered and so crucial for kids. Yeah.
Protecting children in foster care, which is so important. But in doing that, we often don't know the stories that are in foster care. And for us, it wasn't until a friend became a foster parent, and I was like, well, that's in East Tennessee. There's probably not a need in Charlotte. We're a big city. And then you start digging into it, and it's like, no, there's a huge need. There's a huge need for foster families. There's a huge need for children in foster care. And so it's exciting to be a part of it. It's an organization that, everybody wishes didn't have to exist and didn't wish this was a problem, but it is, and we're just thankful to be a part of it.
Wow. What do you hope for a long-term impact for Isaiah 117 in Mecklenburg County?
My hope and prayer would be that no child ever went to the office, and whether that was for a short visit or a long visit, that every child who came into foster care would first make a stop at this home that is going to roll out the red carpet, like going to your grandmother's house and cookies are in the oven and your favorite toys waiting on you and a brand new pair of pajamas. And that's my hope, to just take that trauma away, not take it away, but lessen it and provide this good experience on removal day is my hope for our city. I hope that our social workers feel loved on through this. You know, there's a huge turnover in DSS work, as it should be. It's such a traumatic spot to be in. And so my second would be that they just feel loved, that we see a trend of a change in that, because they do feel like there's these people who are investing in them. And then for the foster families, I hope that when they take a placement, that they feel that same love that the kids have felt, and that they feel equipped and ready to start this journey and know that they have somebody praying for cheering them on, and just, so that's my 3 big hopes for Mecklenburg County.
Love it. Anything else you want us to know about this?
We would love for you to come to the kickoff. It's February 1st. I'm sure you'll post all that at 3 o'clock
February 1st, absolutely.
At the New City's Matthews campus, and it's just going to be a great time to bring awareness, to celebrate that we're bringing it here, and to just hear from Rhonda, who is an incredible speaker and will just stir your heart to see the bigger picture of this and know how important it is for our city.
Very good. Bo?
I think not only awareness for our organization, but awareness of what goes on in the system. There are children that have been in Isaiah houses who receive clothes that are new and have tags on them, and they've never had clothes with tags on them. There are kids in our city who come into the system, and this is not unusual at all, that when the social worker shows up at their home to remove them, they're grabbing a trash bag or a grocery bag or something, and that child is coming into care with 4 or 5 items. And they may not be, their favorite toy or favorite t-shirt or whatever. So when they come to the Isaiah house and they're in that position where they have almost nothing with them, they've just lost their family, they've just been placed in this home with people they don't know, never met, and it's just an opportunity to try and soothe that pain, and it's just not something that most people experience or are aware of, and it's just a chance to get involved and help those children that really, they haven't done anything wrong. They're victims of something else.
Yeah.
And, the vast majority, over 90% of children in foster care are in due to neglect, not abuse. And to have been neglected, that's really difficult emotionally, spiritually. So it's a chance to just begin to love on them and heal that, and like Robin said, set up the foster family for success.
In so many ways, isn't it heartbreaking to see children so young and having lived already a couple of lives in their youth, and to provide that gap and, like you said, love on them? It's a calling, wouldn't you say? Do you find it challenging emotionally, personally?
I definitely think it's a calling. I definitely think that we were called to this ministry. Felt like I was being called to have an open home to all 100 kids that came through my door, and God was writing a different story, and we actually just had 3 placements and adopted 2. So we didn't do what I thought, but I realized that now that this is the calling. This is the 100 kids that I felt called to. This is the open door. This is the red door that will welcome all the kids that come into care. And so I'm thankful for the calling, and I'm thankful that we were foster parents for 6 years, and we do know what those first days look like, those first hours look like, and that I think that's why I feel so passionate about making it look better for others.
Okay, Robin and Bo Leonard, thank you too for coming in, introducing us to Isaiah 117 House. Important work you're doing, and your compassion obviously shows.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. February 1st is their kickoff event. What church in Matthews again?
New City Matthews.
New City Matthews. For more information, you have a Instagram
Yes.
and a Facebook.
Mhm.
And you can always go to the website as well.